Hey, are you still at home? Or have you already left for work?
Oh, hey, Ron. Yeah, I'm actually already out of the house.
What the heck? You mean you left the house and you didn't even tell me about it? You should have woken me up before you left for the day.
But I did wake up. Before I left the house, I went into our room and woke you up.
Well, you clearly didn't do it the right way, did you? Otherwise, I wouldn't have slept in.
I called your name and I saw you open your eyes. I don't know what else you expected from me. I mean, at the end of the day, you should be able to get out of the bed all on your own. Don't get mad at me because you get yourself to work late because you don't know how to wake up properly.
What are you talking about? Are you really going to pretend like this is all my fault? You can't just blame me for this when you had a part in it. You should have just made sure that I actually got out of bed before you left for work.
Sorry, don't you have some kind of party that you're supposed to be going to tomorrow? Shouldn't you be getting ready for that instead of complaining to me about all of this?
Oh, you're talking about the anniversary party of one of our clients' companies? Yeah, I forgot all about that.
Well, it sounds to me like you're basically expected to go by your bosses, right? I think you might still be able to make it on time if you move quickly. So I would quit trying to pick a fight with me and just go and get ready for your job.
Fine. I'll go and get ready for this dumb party. So you have any idea where my navy blue suit is? I can't just wear the usual outfit for work. We're all supposed to come dressed in something nice for this party. I was thinking of wearing that blue suit to it.
Yeah, I think that would look really nice on you, Ron. Your suit should be hanging in the closet. I don't think that I've even taken it out of the dry cleaning bag, so it should be in there.
Great. Thank you, Beth. Now, I just need to figure out which necktie would look the best on me. I don't know. I don't want to go too over the top and look like I'm going to a wedding or anything. By the way, do you have any suggestions for what kind of undershirt I should wear?
Ron, I am really, really sorry, but I have work that I need to be concentrating on right now.
But if I can't figure this out, then I'm definitely going to be late for the party. I only have half an hour before I really need to be out of the house.
Well, maybe you should have thought about what you wanted to wear for this the night before. Then you could have asked me to check then, and we wouldn't be having to do all of this right now.
No, you should have been there laying out my outfits before I went to bed. You knew that I had this party going on today, didn't you? So why didn't you try and plan ahead for me for it? What's the matter with you?
I'm so sorry for assuming that you'd figure out how to pick out an outfit for yourself. Do you really need me to pick out your clothes for you? Can you really not even handle that?
I just don't know what looks good with what. Come on, this client is really important. Are you trying to make me embarrass myself there? Just give me a hand and help me pick out what to wear, please?
Okay, fine. Do you remember that necktie that you got from your parents last year? I think you should wear that. As for the undershirt, you're probably just fine going with standard white. Like you said, this is, at the end of the day, a business function, so you don't want to overdo it on your outfit.
I see. Yeah, that all sounds good. What about my hair? Should I do anything with it?
I think you can just style your hair how you always do. Is there anything else? Can I please get back to doing my work now?
Okay, so we got clothes and hair. But what about my shoes? Which pair of shoes should I wear to complete the outfit?
Literally just the same shoes that you always go to work in. Those look nice.
You know, I don't think that you're actually putting all that much thought into this. I am serious about this, so can you please at least pretend to be?
I am being serious about this. I know what the closet looks like, and I'm telling you what to wear. You told me you wanted to go with your blue suit, so I'm thinking of what would go good with that, okay?
Okay, geez, fine. It just feels like you're not taking this as seriously as I am.
Anyways, are you going to be coming home late because of this party of yours?
No, I think that I'll just go straight home once it's done. I'll ask my boss as it starts to wrap up if I can just leave.
Got it. Well, in that case, it sounds like you might get home before I do. So when you do get home, please make sure that you hang your suit and pants back up so that they don't wrinkle. Ron, the house is a complete mess. Did you do this? What happened here?
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. I was really busy looking for my wallet. I was just about to go out and do some shopping, and then I couldn't find it anywhere.
So you made this much of a mess in the house just looking for your wallet? It looks like a burglar ransacked our home. Can you please clean all of this up when you get back?
What? Why should I have to clean it all up? How about you clean it up?
Ron, why would I clean up this mess when you were the one who made it?
Well, I mean, you're always cleaning up after me, aren't you?
You're right, I usually do for some reason, but I'm going to be busy getting dinner ready. So can you please just clean up after yourself? I'm not your mother, you know.
Oh, come on. The mess isn't that bad. You don't have to be acting like this just over a little disorder.
It's about more than just this mess. You were always asking me to do everything for you. I have work that I need to do, and I can't keep getting distracted having to do every little thing for you.
So what? You'd rather I call you anytime that I need you to do something for me? Is that it?
That is not what I said at all. In fact, you bother me enough during the day with all of these little texts. Anytime you want to know something, you always have to come to me first. But you know, if you wanted to be able to find your things faster, then you should just keep the house clean in the first place. Then maybe you wouldn't be losing so many of your things all the time. Have you thought of that?
Now you listen here. I'll have you know that I know exactly where all the important stuff is for me. It's not like I'm making mess with anything valuable.
Ron, how can you honestly be trying to say that to me? Do you have any idea just how many times you've lost your keys this year?
Okay, well I don't get the big deal about losing something like a house key. You can always just make a new one. I don't really think that's such a big deal.
Except you realize that it costs money to make a new key, right? Not only that, but now there might be multiple copies of our house key out in the world. Doesn't that make you nervous at all? Doesn't that make you want to be better about keeping your stuff in order?
I really don't think that it's nearly as bad as you're trying to make it sound. I know where my things are, and just because you can't see the system I have, doesn't mean that there isn't one. So anyways, could you please just clean up around the house? I'm almost back home anyways.
What is it? What do you want? Just how many times are you going to call me like this? You should know that I am in the middle of work. Why are you doing this?
Well, you wouldn't happen to know where my silver USB went, would you?
No, I wouldn't know where it is because I haven't seen it at all recently.
I'm so sure that I left it in my bag that I always bring with me to work. Can you please just try and remember where it was that you last saw it? I really have looked up and down and everywhere for it, and I have no idea where it's gone.
I already told you that I have no idea where your USB would have gone.
But why? You should know more about where things are in this house than I do. Please, can't you just think about where you last even might have seen it?
Do you really need to be bothering me about this right now? Can this not wait until later?
No! It can't wait at all. This is really, really important, and I need it right now. There's really important information about the company on the thing, and if I lost it, well, I was the one entrusted with it, and I just can't be the one to lose it.
So you really ended up losing something that important then, huh? Well, can you remember at all where you last had it?
I know that a couple of days ago, I took it from work and I had it inside my backpack. But after that, I can't remember taking it out or even touching it. So that makes me think that it has to be somewhere in my bag, but I've looked through it all and I just can't find it.
Well then, are you absolutely sure that that's where you put it? Did you actually look through every little pocket in your backpack?
I've looked in every pocket. I've taken everything out. I've shaken upside down and nothing's come out. What am I gonna do?
And you're really sure that it would have been in your bag? There's nowhere else that you can think of where it might be?
I don't know. Maybe I took it out just once. But I really have no idea at all where I would have put it after that.
I see. Well, do you think that you might have moved it or even taken it out of your bag when you made that big mess of the house the other day? Because I saw that your backpack was on the floor then.
You think it might have fallen in between one of the couch cushions or something like that?
No, I don't think it would have been there. I actually just vacuumed in between the couch cushions and I didn't catch anything.
But it has to be in the house somewhere if it's not in my backpack. I've looked everywhere for it, though. I swore that I put it in my backpack, and then I just never ever touched it after that. This doesn't make any sense at all.
Well, maybe you need to retrace your steps and see if there isn't a moment where you could have dropped it. But that is why I try to tell you to be more organized with your things. If you were, then I don't think these kinds of things would happen.
Look, I didn't come to you looking for a lecture, okay? I really don't have time for this from you. Please just help me look for it once you get back here, okay?
This is exactly what I was trying to warn you about, Ron. Look, when I get back from work, I am going to be exhausted. I have been outside of the office all day.
Now is not the time to be making excuses for yourself. Maybe if you were better at cleaning up the house, then this wouldn't have happened. You moved my USB, and now you won't even tell me where. This is all your fault.
Oh, come on, Ron. You can't actually think that this is my fault, right? It's not my job to keep track of your things.
But what if you just accidentally threw it away without even realizing what it was, huh? I mean, don't you think there's a chance that you could have moved it?
I was the one who told you to come home and clean up the mess you had made. You were the one that insisted to me that there was nothing of value on the floor.
But, I mean, that was only because I thought that everything important was in my backpack already. Besides, I asked you to clean it, so you must have touched it.
I really don't think that I have anything to do with this at all, but if you must know, I don't remember seeing a USB at all while I was cleaning up after you.
Well then please, you have to come home right now and help me look for it. This is really, really serious.
I'm sorry, but you lost this thing and it's your responsibility to find it. Don't get mad at me for something that you did.
But I didn't even do anything to begin with. This is all your fault. And now I'm going to be punished by my work because of something that you did. If anything happens to me because of this, just know that you're going to pay.
And why is it that I should have to take responsibility for something that you lost, huh? I'm sorry, but I am not going to play along this time. This is your problem, so you need to learn how to deal with it.
You have really done it now. I got into so much trouble at work because of your little stunt.
And just what stunt did I happen to pull?
I'm talking about the USB, of course. But it's not just that. Because you didn't help me look for it, I've been worrying about it so much that I made several mistakes at work today. You should have been taking care of my stuff better. Why would you do this to me?
I didn't do anything to you at all. You're the one who made the mistake, and now you're trying to blame it on me. But it's not my fault. You were the one who made the mess and then insisted that I clean it up. You really are trash. Do you know that?
Excuse me? What did you just say? Who do you think you are trying to talk to me like that, huh? You need to take responsibility for what you've done. You've lost the USB that is full of valuable data from my clients. Do you have any idea how much trouble I'll get in if my bosses learn that I've lost this?
Oh, I would guess that they already know. After all, you said that you were the one tasked with holding on to it, right?
Wait, what? What do you mean? What did you do?
She didn't do anything that you hadn't already done to yourself through this. We thought that you were ready to be trusted carrying around important data like that, but you were clearly far from ready. Why did you even take something as important as that home to begin with?
Wait a second. How did you know all that? The only person who would know that would be Mr. Howard?
That's right, Ron. It's me, your boss. And I have to say that I'm very disappointed in you.
But I don't understand. Why are you texting me from my wife's number? What's going on here?
You have got some nerve trying to blame your wife for all of this mess. Do you really need your wife to do every little thing for you? Here I thought that you could actually be trusted with some responsibility.
No. Wait, there's been some kind of mistake here.
Oh yes, there has been a huge mistake. And that mistake was ever trusting you with such vital information in the first place.
But I still don't get what's going on here. Why are you texting me from Beth's number?
Is that really what you're shocked about? We're together in the same room in the office, if you must know. She actually came by here to drop off the USB that she told me that you had lost.
Wait a second. So she had it this whole time and didn't tell me? Apparently, you had dropped it in the subway stop you always take, and it was returned to the front desk. Then your wife, who was clever enough to retrace your steps for you, went to the lost and found and was able to retrieve it. And yet all you did was demand that she come home and find it for you when you had lost it? But I was just so sure that I'd lost it somewhere at home. You weren't even supposed to be taking that thing home with you in the first place. You were supposed to return it by the end of the day. And because you didn't, not only did we know that it had been checked out to you, but that means that if anything happened to it, you were always going to be the one on the hook. You know, if your wife hadn't brought this here to the office, we could have sued you. But it's all okay now because she found it. Isn't that right? Oh no, you are not going to be getting away with this without being punished. And nobody is going to cover for you regarding this, especially after the way you've treated your poor wife. It's clear that you have no real sense of responsibility, and I think the only way of teaching you how is to show you that your actions have consequences. Please, this won't ever happen again. You don't have to punish me. I've already learned my lesson. I swear. I'm sorry, but my mind is made up. We're going to have a long talk the next time that you come into the office. But just know that if you somehow manage to walk out of that meeting and you still have your job, you have Beth to thank.
After that, a serious meeting was scheduled at Ron's work to decide how to deal with him. One side wanted to demote him, while the other were of the mind that he should be fired. In the end, he was demoted and had his pay reduced. I heard that he was given the office in the boiler room where nobody else works. But I'm sure that the shock about his job didn't affect Ron nearly as much as my decision to end our marriage. I told him that I wasn't going to spend another day with a man who not only couldn't take care of himself, but then blamed others when his incompetence created trouble. The divorce went smoothly, though I heard through the grapevine that after working down in the boiler room for so long, that Ron became depressed and decided to quit his job. I have no idea what he's been doing since then. But all I know is that now that Ron isn't constantly messaging me over every little thing, I feel like I can finally concentrate on my work. In fact, I was able to get so much work done that in a couple of months, I learned that I was being promoted. In some ways, maybe I should be grateful to Ron. After all, I feel like he showed me how to patiently deal with even the most useless of employees to manage. Since then, I actually have become the manager of my own team in my office. Thankfully, I feel like I was prepared to guide my staff through any questions or challenges that they might have had. Thankfully, my whole team was very responsible and was able to start working on their own once they understood what their jobs were. Of course, I was more than happy to help if concerns came up, but it was nice to finally be able to delegate and not have to babysit.